What is up, travel gang? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Josh Travels. First and foremost, thank you so much for all the love. After my first YouTube video went out last week, it means the world to me. If you haven't checked it out, please do so on my YouTube page. Today, we are flying Cathay Pacific Business Class from Los Angeles to Hong Kong, a distance of over 7,200 miles or 11,600 kilometers, with a flight time of 15 hours. Oh yeah, it's a long one. Before we get onto the flight, let's check out the Qantas First Class Lounge at LAX. The Qantas First Class Lounge is located on the first floor in the main Tom Bradley terminal at LAX. I got access to the Qantas First Class Lounge through my oneworld Emerald status. If you don't have Emerald oneworld status but hold a business class ticket, you can visit the Qantas Business Class Lounge, which is literally right next door. A full review of all the oneworld lounges at LAX is on its way. Before I forget, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Your support is greatly appreciated. Alright, let's go check out the lounge. The Qantas First Class Lounge at LAX is split into 4.5 sections. They are color coordinated into red, white, black, and of course the famous restaurants, which I'll get to very shortly. I did mention 4.5 section, so the half refers to the 2 private suites that you can book if you're flying in first class, or if you don't have a first class ticket, you can book the private suites upon availability when you enter the lounge. Come with me and let's check out the restaurant. Qantas has a long-standing partnership with Australian chef Neil Perry to create an a la carte dining experience. The restaurant holds 74 seats, and when it is full, it has the resemblance of a fun, lively restaurant that you'll find anywhere in the world. What I love about the menu is that it is a la carte dining and it changes frequently with the seasons throughout the year. It has a slightly different menu for all the locations around the world, but it has some long-standing staples, like obviously the squid. There is an extensive beverage menu that offers both alcoholic and non-alcoholic options. What I love about the service at Qantas is that they can offer you off-the-menu cocktails such as a paper plane, for example. The house champagne is Lallier, as well as a solid selection of Australian red and white wines. Tonight I had the famous salt and pepper squid, the tuna crudo, as well as a bowl of chips. Yes, you can take the boy out of Australia, but you cannot take the Australian out of the boy. After the restaurant, I spent a couple of hours working on my laptop before heading out to catch my flight. And here at gate 209 is where we bought our flight from LAX to Hong Kong. Alright, let's take a look at the aircraft. This Boeing 777-300ER has 53 business class seats spread across 2 cabins in a 1-to-1 seat configuration, meaning every single business class seat has direct aisle access. There are 4 bathrooms located between the 2 business class cabins. Today, I'm seated at seat 23A. Alright, I have just sat down on my seat. Cathay Business Class. A champagne in hand. I'm excited, let's do this. A quick change into my slippers, and now ready for a quick tour of the seat. This Cathay Pacific Business Class seat offers a 15-inch television that you can swivel in and out as shown. I'm actually a fan of this because when you are in your bed mode, it actually allows you to have more legroom and feels way less restrictive. I know other business class products, like for example British Airways, that has a permanent television. Although it is a fully flat bed, it does sometimes feel a little restrictive. I know, first world problems. A key component to a good business class seat is storage. And luckily for me, there is good amount of storage in this business class seat. You have a nice amount of storage as shown here, where you can easily fit things like a water bottle, iPad, your laptop. Immediately next to you, you have your TV control, your seat control, a reading light, as well as an AC outlet. You also have an adjustable armrest that goes up and down, as well as storage for your shoes, which I have never really seen before. So this is a super nice touch, Cathay. Let's check out the amenities kit, which is provided by British lifestyle brand Bamford. Firstly, you have a pillow mist, which I'll be using tonight to help me go to bed. You have a body gel, a multi-balm, you have a mouthwash, which I have never seen before, but I think is an extremely thoughtful touch. You have your mandatory eye mask, toothbrush and toothpaste, earplugs, and a lovely bag to go with it all. I'd say overall, this is a pretty decent amenities kit provided by Cathay Pacific. There is an extensive dining and beverage menu, as well as a wine and spirit menu. Alright, let's have a quick flick through of what we have. There was an extensive wine and spirit menu. Let's take a quick look. Cathay Pacific provides Wi-Fi across its entire fleet. I consider the hour pass to be expensive, but the flight pass to be reasonable given the 15-hour journey. However, business class passengers get complimentary Wi-Fi on board. About an hour into the flight, Cathay started their meal service. Unlike other airlines where they might serve nuts or snacks, Cathay served an amuse-bouche, which was a shrimp cocktail, as well as pre-dinner drinks, which for me was the Charles Heidsieck Brut Reserve champagne. I also want to give an appreciation of the privacy wings, which is next to our heads, left and right of our heads. It's not a suite, so there's no door, but surprisingly there is a good amount of privacy with the privacy wings. So yeah, it's a nice touch. Service time between the amuse-bouche and starters was around 15 minutes, which is quite quick. For my starters, I had the roast duck with spicy soy sauce, which was also presented beautifully. And any time that you can have warm garlic bread on a flight, to me, that's a win. It was so good. You don't need to see me eat. Let's fast forward this part. Service time between appetizers and main was a little on the longer side at about 30 minutes, but that's okay. I wasn't really in a huge rush to really do anything, so the slightly longer wait time was absolutely fine. For dinner, I had the noodle soup with pork and vegetables, and I washed it down with a French red. Okay, so I finished those noodles really quickly. I actually had the option to pre-order the noodles before the flight. Having seen the menu, the noodles actually sits in the dinner menu as well as the all-day dining menu. So that kind of means that it's just really easy to whip up, super quick. So kind of lose a little bit of the prestige of the meal, I suppose. There is still something about having garlic bread on the flight, having a soup noodle on the flight. Was it the most amazing soup noodles I've ever had? No. Was the chicken overdone? Yes, but for obvious reasons. Airlines don't want to take any risk about having any passengers getting sick from their meals. You know what? I did enjoy that, despite my feedback on taste.
2 out of 2 so far. The main course has been good. Next up is dessert. What do we have for dessert? I am going for, there is option of the fruit platter, the mixed berry, meringue, maple pecan pie, and then a selection for ice cream. So I think I'm gonna go for the meringue and the ice cream actually.
And just like that, the meringue and the ice cream appeared in no time. Not long after dinner, I went to the bathroom to do a quick little review and to brush my teeth before bed. But as you can tell, my audio from my iPhone just didn't make the cut, so I am going to voice over this. There was body lotion, face mist, and hand wash provided by the same brand as your amenities kit, Bamford. There was a full-length mirror right next to the door and a half mirror right above the sink. As I brush my teeth, I want to make a note that the size of the bathroom is relatively standard. It's not any bigger or smaller than any other business class toilets. With that said, there is an accessible bathroom in the business class section that is double the size for obvious reasons. Alright, it is now time to turn my seat into a bed. I look absolutely shattered. Let's get some Zeds. See you in the morning.
Good morning, good evening. I don't know what time it is. I just set my time to Hong Kong time, so it's 4 hours and 45 minutes to go. So I think I slept around 7-ish hours, 6.5, 7 hours. So yeah, it's a great product. Had a good sleep. I think I'm gonna chill out for a little bit, and then I think that they're gonna serve breakfast with about 2 hours to go. Yeah, great sleep overall. Thanks, Cathay. So for breakfast this morning, there was actually pre-order last night as they were taking our dinner orders. There was actually 4 options: the wellness breakfast, a lighter breakfast, Chinese breakfast, and a Western breakfast. I went with the Chinese breakfast. Whenever there's a opportunity to have congee and dim sums, I'm all for it. So really looking forward to it. This looks really good. We've got congee with, I think it's fish balls. We've got 2 selection dim sums. You can't really go wrong with that. Alright, so we are about half an hour out from landing into Hong Kong, and the cabin is being prepared for our landing. I'm just going to give my overall review of Cathay Pacific Boeing 777-300ER business class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it from 3 angles. One of them is the hard product, so what the actual seat, storage facilities. The soft product, so things like the crew, service, that are the soft part or the soft element of the flight. And then lastly for me would be things like food and beverage. So let's start off with the hard product. I mean, you can't really fault the business class product, especially with Cathay Pacific. This product has actually held out really well, despite the fact that there is a brand new RA suites that have been introduced with a sliding door and everything else. So I think overall the suite is really good. There's ample amount of storage, especially on my feet. I like the fact that it actually loops, that it actually gets in as well, so that when you sleep, you actually do have a little bit more leg room on the side. They give us bedding, which is really good. The blanket is actually super comfortable, which I actually really enjoyed. So overall, I think the hard product will be a 4.5 out of 5 for me. With the soft product, you can't go wrong with Cathay Pacific service. The service is second to none. it's just the small things that it's, that they are super attentive but never really in your face, which is what I like. Things like, just seeing my bottle of water being empty and just coming here to replace it, um, and just being super friendly, super personable. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the service is definitely 5 out of 5 on this flight, and you can't really fault Cathay Pacific. The cabin service manager came down and greeted me earlier in the flight, make sure that I was looked after. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me for service. Yeah, the food was good. The food for me was a 4 out of 5. Um, I think that it was a very good overall offering. I like the fact that I like the fact that we were able to pre-order, which means that I can almost guarantee what I wanted to have.
And with that, we have reached Hong Kong, a total journey time of 15 hours. Once again, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the love that people have shown me over the last couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, as well as please let me know in the comment section what you have liked and what things that I can improve on moving forward. Any feedback is really great. So thank you once again. I will see you next time somewhere in the world.